You may have seen the videos posted on Will Smith's Instagram and YouTube account that are almost definitely AI generated. A lot of the hands have like a bajillion fingers. One sign says for a 6 instead of fresh. And generally speaking, people just look off. They all kind of look like this.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Machiavelli, and the video I just played here in the intro has been circling the internet for a few days now. It's stirred some crazy controversy about Will Smith, about the concert industry, and about, AI in general. And to be honest, it is good that it's getting a lot of backlash because it's really not good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for the concert industry. It's not good for Will Smith at all, and it's not good for the reputation AI is getting. But we'll get into that later, you know what I'm saying? In the meantime, please leave a like, a subscribe if you like these type of videos, you like this commentary, especially about hip-hop, and if you want to get the real game out there to everybody, please, that will help a lot. Anyways, man, this situation for Will Smith, specifically him, is terrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who got a worse downfall, Drake or Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? If I were gonna lean towards one, I think Will Smith is worse than Drake, because Will Smith got proof of a lot of garbage that has happened to him. You know what I'm saying? A wife cheating with a younger motherfucker that we used to be friends with his son, and all the, he's basically getting us a cuck. Bro, it's really like he's trying to get off his try hard. He's comping on streams. He's like 50-something-year-old ass being on streams with 20-year-olds. He's like very, very try hard, and it really doesn't feel genuine at all. He used to be he's still a huge star. But again, the slap thing going on, nobody got respect from him. You know what I'm saying? And he never had the respect from hip-hop to start off, but he never had a respect of, the culture that he always tried to get. But, the people that respected him outside of hip-hop, they started to lose that respect too. You know what I'm saying? Everything he does at this point is very cringy. And everything good he does is going to be seen through those cringy lenses. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to get that criticism no matter what. Because all the things he's done, all the stuff he's cried about, all the emotions, all the things that made him look so soft is gonna have a lot of backlash, bro. And to be honest, it's not very looking good to him in this situation about the AI concert crowds. We know Will Smith, in the hip hop game, he's not being respected at all. But, if somebody's going to do it, it's going to be somebody like Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Concerts lately, I've been going to a lot of concerts this past few months. And yes, there's a lot of dead spots in between them. There's a lot of crowds that's not like, a lot of spots that it doesn't look packed. There's sections and barely any people in there, especially the arenas. It doesn't fill the whole field. The whole floor is not filled at all. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand if you want to put some AI to fix some of the spots, but bro, when it's this blatant and this obvious, it's like, even though if you don't look for it deliberately, it feels off. The people feel off, and then the video I just played in the beginning, it just shows how the cell phones disappear, how the signs, you know what I'm saying, look a little weird. The people's faces, they have been AI generated. It looks like straight from ChatGPT video, whatever. But it's not genuine, and a lot of people say it's not real. It's actually it's actually been footage recorded from his actual concerts, but it's not it's not fake. It just been tuned with AI. It's been enhanced, And again, bro, if that's been the case, then why would you do it? You know what I'm saying? Why are you not using raw footage? This is just it just extends the controversy. People would get of it. If you're gonna use AI, use it good and use it deliberately. But if you make it obvious, then bro, you're gonna end up like this. And it's not good for the concert industry either, because it loses the credibility. If you're making promo videos with fake images and fake videos and fake footage, why would people want to go to a concert now? You know what I'm saying? They make the illusion there's a lot of tickets sold. There's a lot of people that want to go to see the show. That the demand is crazy, and then and people get fooled. Now they'll be like, I could buy a ticket tomorrow or the day of the concert. I will be no problem. You know what I'm saying? I could not even buy a ticket at all because I know that the concert's not popping like that. It's a fake image. It's a fake footage. The artist doesn't move like crowds like that. Will Smith's video taught me that. The motherfucker, even though he is movies primarily and it's not music, he still got a lot of people, in his Spotify, he got 11 million monthly listeners. You know what I'm saying? He's doing like big shows in Europe right now. And again, he's doing a show overseas. Overseas people, they don't follow the drama, don't follow the controversy as much as people in North America do. You know, they don't care. They still think about Will Smith, the actor from Men in Black, from The Fresh Prince, from all the movies he did in the past. They think about that Will Smith. They don't think about the Will Smith, the new age, the try-hard Will Smith, the heartbroken Will Smith, the Will Smith that cries because his wife, you know, still loves Tupac, and he's a dead motherfucker, and he never could be Tupac. He can never be the street as him. He can never be the character that Tupac was, and he always lived under the shadow. You know what I'm saying? He went on publicly to say that. Bro, the daughters, Will Smith and Jada's daughter, wrote a letter to Tupac saying how to please come back because his mother misses him. Bro, like a dead you know, your daughter writing a letter to a dead person and you don't do shit about it. That to me is insane, bro. Like that's how to speak to a level of man he is. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, AI is just, in my opinion, is like further enhancing the fakeness of how the industry is. When you see AI is used to like fake stuff, usually try to fake voices, try to fake images, try to fake video. In this case, they're faking footage. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that the industry is an illusion. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the cameras, the lights, the glamour, the glitter, the gold, and the nitty gritty is like, it's not in there, and it's always been an illusion. But once you realize how the fake tactics are used to make that illusion, that, you know, that mirror just breaks. You know what I'm saying? And AI is just doing that. It's popping out all the inconsistencies and all the illusions that the industry's having. You know what I'm saying? Because now you see it's a computer. Now it's not even real. You know, before you might have a chain. JC, well, he was a millionaire before getting into the rap game, and he will loan his chains to other rappers in Brooklyn, to Jazz Soul, to Big Daddy Kane. He will put them his chains on so that they could use it in the videos. They were not his chains. They will rap that they were their chains, but they were JC's. You know what I'm saying? On the video, you see Lamborghinis, you see all these fancy cars, all these fancy houses. They not from the rappers, bro. They from some motherfucker they rented out, and that's there. But with AI, it's a computer. It's something that's not tangible. It's an image. It's some crap, a footage that never existed in the world. Never existed in you know what I'm saying, in tangible form. They just created it, and that's scary. You know what I'm saying? But that just pinpoints to how fake the industry is. So in one part is like exposing the truth, but on the other part is hurting everything. Concert sales are probably going to go down if this keeps going. People, I even say myself, I'm a concert goer, and if I see, you know, I won't see promos the same after this. You know what I'm saying? Marketing got to be so smart now. They got to change it up. You know what I'm saying? The promo things with the people on it, it might be, you know, that credibility just wears off, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a big change on that. But, you know, back to Will Smith, man. He never got the respect in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? He never got the respect because it all started back in like the 90s, 80s. He had this crazy record popping out. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the name of the album, but it won Grammy in, I think, 80 something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that same year was NWA and was Public Enemy. But the recognition was, you know what I'm saying, was Will Smith. They won the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And that just stirred it up for everybody. They just messed it up for absolutely everybody. Because they were like, why does the street conscious rappers don't get the recognition and some poppy rap does? You know what I'm saying? So from the culture, there's always resentment towards him, you know. And eventually it evolved. Biggie came, you know, the East Coast started to blow up. Tupac on the West Side, Biggie on the East Side, Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, Mobb Deep. It was so street at that point. Will Smith wasn't that, so his career started to decline. He still had a couple hits, Summertime, the Miami, the Jiggy record, and then, you know, 2000s, you know, that's when really, really messed up. You know, Eminem came on. Eminem even calling out his name. Will Smith doesn't have a curse in his rap to sell records. Well, I do, so him and you too. You know what I'm saying? So he actually like calls him out and shit, and he notices the difference between him and Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? So the transition he made in movies was extremely intelligent because he wasn't gonna fit into hip hop with the character that he was. He's never gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? And now you are further tarnishing your image. You're trying to play this soft boy, so people have remorse over you. They like feel for you. You try to play this soft character, so people feel sorry for you. And you do, you know, you're trying to like do concerts and try to fake that. That just further tarnishing your image, bro. You're supposed to be a man. You know what I'm saying? You on your movies, you play manly roles, and you're a cop. You know what I'm saying? And you not like that in real life, you know what I'm saying? And this concert shit is just another stain on that. And it's a disappointment because he's a huge actor, you know what I'm saying? Everybody grew up on Will Smith movies. Everybody know who he is. Overseas people know who he is. He's not even a rapper and has more Spotify listeners than actual rappers. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, this is absolutely nothing for, you know, it's not good for anybody. It's not good for Will Smith, not good for the concert industry, not good for AI. I know it is messing up the world, but, you know, this is just another example of how, you know, how it can mess it up and how it destroys the credibility of everything. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, man. That's just my 2 cents on it. That's Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Some interesting character in hip hop. Probably didn't thought about making a video on him, but then this resurfaced, and I was like, yeah, I gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I got you guys in the next video. One.